Welcome everyone. Let's go for another series. This one taken from the same event from where I covered the Sasa vs MarineKingPrime Best Out of 5 series that I just uploaded on YouTube. Shenyang 2011 in China, a battle played on site with the players physically there, no lag or latency issues, you can just micro and macro all you want like a beast, and they actually had a very solid lineup on this tournament. I mean, several Korean pros, Europeans, North Americans, and plenty of Chinese pro gamers as well. So very stacked tournament with some very exciting battles for me to share with all of you and for us all to enjoy by watching them. Here we're gonna have a mirror matchup, a TVT between two players that I consider to be amongst the finest in the whole world currently playing Starcraft 2. Spawning on this bottom left position, we're gonna have from Team FXO, it's QXC, American player, former Brood War veteran, very solid player, and since he got to Korea, he's been stepping it up to the next level. Very solid, very consistent, trying to play on the Korean standards, and even getting that epic victory, an all-kill against Team Team Incredible Miracle on the GSTL. The guy just sat down on that booth and defeated 4 players from Team Incredible Miracle in a row. No chance, completely on fire and on clutch mode, working it out, and especially that final matchup, the 4th game against MVP was just brilliant to watch. So he did brilliant on that TVT, and now he's gonna have a chance to prove us all that that wasn't a fluke, that he has what it takes to play on the Korean standards and at the same level as the top Koreans by facing against this blue Terran spawning on this top right position of the Xel'Naga Caverns. It's Marine King, member of Team Prime. This guy is a menace. He's a beast. Do not underestimate him. Do not let him just macro all he wants. He will come to your side, grab you by your neck and snap your nerd neck. QXC, keep an eye on him, or else you're gonna be doomed for the mid and late game. Keep aggressing the guy, keep showing up on his base, or this is gonna be really troublesome. But taking a look at what the players are doing at the moment, let's see which way they're heading and what are the builds going to be. For now it's still quite soon, so basically I'm pretty sure they're quite similar. We do have here barracks first, then he grabbed that first refinery, so he didn't went for gas first, meaning that he might not be planning to start stacking up gas to get his stack up fast for the early game, while on QXC's side, basically the same thing, barracks first, followed by the refinery, now with that factory getting built, and there's an SCV approaching here. I don't think he's going to be able to even come up that ramp. Yeah, there it is, Marines intercepting it right away, not allowing QXC to even have a glimpse of Marine King's base, and inside Marine King's base, basically he's doing the same thing as QXC. As you can see, barracks into factory with the tech lab already attached. Now, obviously this is one of the new and most favorite builds from all the Terran players, focusing a lot on the mech play, and plenty of Hellions gonna be coming out, gonna be churned out by Marine King, I'm pretty sure of it. He's already making the switch, gonna land this factory the moment it gets finished onto the tech lab, and then pumping out Marines that will be backed up on the mid and late game, probably by siege tanks if he's gonna go all the way mech, which is something that on TVT lately has been very popular and effective. Obviously it works, so the players just go for it. 2 gas rolling already here for Marine King. Now let me take a look on QXC side. Yeah, basically the same thing, as you can see. Did the switch, getting those Hellions out, both of them working on the Infernal Pre-Igniter. It's just brilliant upgrade, one of the most useful currently for Terran players. And now the starport. So we might be seeing for mid-late game Hellions with siege tanks, and maybe backed up by some late game Banshees, or maybe we're going to see some Banshee harass. But it's starting to get more and more common to actually see some Banshees being incorporated on your main army, on the bulk of your army, to back up some air assault onto your front line to destroy some of the units on your opponent's front line. It works, it's just effective, so there's no reason for not doing it, and it seems like that both players are heading that way. Let me just take a look, because I think that no player was able to check his opponent's base. As you can see, QXC see nothing from his opponent's base, but I'm pretty sure that Marine King, yeah, exactly the same thing. So they're both playing blind, just making their build, trying to get it as tight and as solid as possible, with here on QXC's side getting a lot of Hellions out, also getting that barracks attached with a reactor to pump out some Marines, I would say so. And on the Marine King side, exactly the same thing, now going for some sort of a switch. Tech lab getting attached there might be a sign we might be seeing some Banshees later on, but now we're gonna have some hot pursuit here with a lot of Hellions from Marine King advancing south. Seems like they're gonna be backed up by some Marines that are just streaming down south from Marine King's base, but they're just a bit delayed because the Hellions obviously are much faster. And here he goes, 2 versus 1 on the Hellions. Now the Marines showing up. Oh, beautiful shot there, getting 2 Hellions at the same time. And now QXC is in trouble. We do have Marine King, all of his forces climbing up that ramp that gives access to his opponent's base. And notice that beautiful micro with the Medivac picking up and dropping down the Hellion, making sure it will stay alive, only allowing him to take a shot and then picking it up so he can take the focus off the fire from QXC's units. But QXC will have none of it. Destroyed the Hellion and now defending with the units that just came out of his barracks. That Medivac is going to be forced to run all the way back. Still a sign of threat and a menace here by Marine King. QXC needs to be careful. It was a fairly close battle there. And meanwhile, inside Marine King's base, he already moved his barracks all the way. He's heading down south. Kinda curious, but seems like he might be using it for some scouting. And inside his base, he's gonna go all out bonkers on factories. 3 factories play. This one with already a reactor attached to pump out a lot of Hellions. Look at the amount that was already queued up there. And at the same time, he's preparing to expand. Command center there on the top north of his main base. And this starport is now taking care of some Vikings. And there's Ravens coming out as well. Very interesting. While here on QXC side, yeah, basically a carbon copy with a bit of a difference in the timings, obviously. But again, there it is, the factories, also the command center. So both players trying to get ready to expand. Though I think that QXC might be in trouble with his barracks. It flew all the way from the north to try to land here on the place where his command center is supposed to be, meaning that it probably is going to take him a while to actually expand, and we might see Marine King just benefiting from an expansion earlier on because he doesn't have anything blocking there. But meanwhile, Marine King attempting a drop here, 4 Hellions showing up. Oh, instant defense there by QXC, very well defended, killing 2 Hellions instantly and forcing Marine King to withdraw once more, while there's a single Marine trying to poke and prod at his barracks. This is going to take a while, but doesn't seem like that Marine King is very concerned about it. And meanwhile, inside QXC's base, this is getting really stacked, and look at his mineral lines. He's trying to make a lot of SCVs to expand, and doesn't seem like he's going to be able to anytime soon. So he's going to have those that mineral line oversaturated, while we witness here a nice move here by QXC trying to intercept that couple of Hellions. And yes, they did. They intercepted that couple of Hellions from Marine King, and now they're going to try to advance and apply some aggression onto Marine King's side. As you can see, it just expanded, but seems like that QXC has some plans here. We're going to follow this Hellions, but I did notice there's a Medivac getting close to the ledge here, to the high ground that gives access to the main base of Marine King. And yes, we're gonna have some elevator action. He's gonna drop his Hellions here, and they're gonna go straight into the mineral line. These 4 Hellions are gonna be able to do so much damage. There's some defenses, but Marine King needs to pull more units. Oh, he's just lining them up. Oh, massive damage done there. Plenty of kills on that mineral line, killing so many SCVs. Big hit on the economy from Marine King. Very well played there. And now we're gonna have the forces from QXC finishing off that barracks and finally landing the orbital command on the Natural Expo. Keep in mind that meanwhile, Marine King is already benefiting from the income coming out of 2 bases, though we got a big hit there, as you guys noticed. Ouch, 14 workers killed there, while we meet up here in the middle of the map for another Hellion battle. It's Inferno Rage going on here. Plenty of flames going back and forth, blue flames left, blue flames right, but seems like that Marine King has a backup for his forces. There's siege tanks incoming there, while doesn't seem like that that QXC has much of a siege tank force. Let's take a look. He does have 2 siege tanks for now. He's trying to keep them on the line behind all of his forces. And notice meanwhile that the Raven from Marine King is landing a lot of turrets, even dropping turrets there on that top position inside the main base from QXC. So very well positioned, even landing those Vikings and trying to take benefit of the DPS, and now advancing straight into QXC's bases. QXC on a desperate move, landing his Vikings, trying to defend, also has his single Raven. Basically it's going to end up getting shot down, but no, the Viking landing, helping out on the DPS here, forcing QXC to pull a lot of his workers out of the mineral line, and now it's his turn to lose a lot of his workers. Still, keep in mind that his auto turrets are here helping out on the DPS, and they're really resistant. Notice that they're just helping out all the forces that keep streaming from the north from Marine King. Notice that he's been sending more and more Hellions, more and more siege tanks, all the way heading to the main base of QXC, and seems like that QXC was able to defend this. He's pushing the forces from Marine King away, and now he's turning his turning his attention to this natural expo. No income coming out of here, and QXC had a big hit on his economy. So as you can see, worker count, there's a massive difference there. I would show those big bars soon enough with the workers killed, but I don't want to miss this battle that is ensuing here on the entrance to the main base from QXC. QXC, as you can see on this production tab, keeps pumping more and more units. He's not allowed to get anything else if he wants this defended. There's siege tanks messing up on his ramp, and doesn't seem like he has much to defend against this. Let's take a look again. 1 siege tank, 2 Hellions against 4 siege tanks, 5 Hellions, and there's the Raven as well. So it seems like that QXC is in trouble, though he was able to defend this again and pushing the forces from Marine King once more, but Marine King keeps streaming more and more units, trickling them down from the north and advancing towards his opponent's base. There it is, QXC desperate, trying to land a lot of mules and rack up some minerals because he needs them to keep producing more and more defensive units, and at the same time the forces from Marine King blasting away at this orbital command, which is already on fire, and it will be destroyed soon enough. The Hellions entering there, defending, forcing that Viking to be destroyed and to just eliminate it. And now more forces from Marine King advancing south, and Marine King is just completely relentless on his attack here. He won't give up, he's completely committed to this one. Notice the production tabs. As you can see, we do have Marine King expanding on the back of this and producing more and more units. Also a sign of a more healthy economy. Obviously, he's playing out of 2 bases with no harass whatsoever. At the same time, this orbital command had to fly all the way back up home to the main base, and even being repaired by mules before, as you guys could see. So I guess that QXC is just entering desperation mode. He's clearly on dire straits here, with a couple of aliens now advancing into that mineral line and trying to finish off what's left of the SCV force by QXC. Also, Banshee is now backing up the forces, so late Banshee is helping out the ground forces, the mech forces from Marine King, and forcing QXC to GG out of the match. Very solid aggression by Marine King. Awesome assault here. He was completely relentless and merciless, was just trickling down units to the point where QXC just had to break and tap out a GG and leaving this first game. Notice as well that his economy was just healthy. He had plenty of workers as well, and just taking a look at the workers lost, oh yeah, 27 kills as well. When Marine King advanced onto QXC's base, he was able to kill a lot of workers, and this was a big hit onto QXC plans. Also, the armory there on the back already, probably to work on some of the upgrades, and inside his main base, not much else. He was just pumping out as much as possible of these 3 factories and keep that assault rolling mercilessly over QXC's bases. So QXC is now losing 1-0, no chance for him. He needs to step up on game 2 if he wants to stand a chance and bring this to a 3rd game, an ace match. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. See you all later, have fun.